Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, little children, dogs and cats, welcome back to TeeJay Talks. Today we are talking about fitness and health, and who better to talk about fitness and health and expand your knowledge, expand my knowledge, than the man himself, the man that who
Sir.
promotes positive vibes, positive energy, strives to hit new personal records every day,
Always trying to grow.
motivates you and helps you achieve new fitness goals, the boy Kevin Bois.
Appreciate the warm introduction, my boy. Thank you
Yes,
so much.
sir.
Thank you for having me.
How are you, bro? How was everything?
Can't complain. Life's good. Every day above ground. It's a great day.
Exactly. So, so for the people that don't know you, why don't you give a quick introduction about yourself, what you're up to, what you're doing, and you can give your IG or handles, whatever,
No
for people to
doubt, no
reach you.
doubt, no doubt. All right, so my name is Kevin, like you mentioned. I'm a personal trainer, online fitness coach, health coach. Pretty much anything health and wellness related is kind of what I do for a
Okay.
living. IG handle is Kevin, first name, last name Bois, Bois. So check me out. But yeah, man. So pretty much all I do for a living is I help individuals become the best version of themselves through physical fitness.
Okay.
And through that aspect, I'm able to also challenge them mentally and help them grow emotionally, spiritually as well. And I believe this is the best way to optimize your life is to pour into yourself by falling into your mental health, your physical health, your emotional and spiritual health. That will actually help you with your finances as well.
That's tough. That's cool, bro. That's honestly that's something new I've never seen before, and I haven't gotten into it myself. So I guess like my first question was, how did you start your fitness journey? How did this journey even start for you? Like,
Yeah. For me, I can say it dated back from when I was a little kid. To be honest with you, I was always like fascinated with the chiseled physique. Watching infomercials about Apkin Pro or people trying to lose weight and shed weight as much as possible growing up, and it always fascinated me, right?
Yeah.
And I've always knew I liked it, but it was not until I started playing football back in high school where I really kind of noticed I had a gift and I was pretty much naturally strong. I remember having like a bench press challenge back in high school and I did fairly well. And that's kind of when I noticed like I enjoy this and I'm actually really good at it.
Okay.
Right. And then football was pretty much the, priority at that point. But for me, I also felt like there was something interesting about training that I didn't know even existed for me. Then what ended up happening is after I left high school, I actually went to Cégep, which is just across the border, which is in Quebec, which is pretty much Quebec have what we call Cégep, which is to finish high school in 11th grade and do 2 to 3 years, and which is college basically.
Okay.
And after that, they go to university. So for me, I left high school, went to Cégep, same concept in terms of like I always loved weight training, but football was the reason why I was really in school. And then I transferred over to RW, and then same idea is I always loved weight training, but then I was always there for football. But then eventually what happened was I started asking myself, do I want to pursue football full time? And this is something I really want to devote my time to. Unfortunately, in Canada, I didn't really see the long term benefits from me playing football in Canada. So I honestly started asking myself, is this something I really want to commit to? Then once I realized I no longer really cared about football as much as I thought I did, I was just really, talented.
Yeah.
So that's the reason why I really stuck with it, but not because I truly loved it. Right. And then I realized my true passion was training.
Fitness,
Yeah.
yeah.
I just love being in the gym. I just love how the weights made me feel. I just love movement. And then what ended up happening was I dropped out of university because I realized I did not want to pursue another year at AutoU because I didn't want to waste money
Yeah.
going to school for no
Makes
reason.
sense. Makes sense.
Right, so schools are very expensive, right? So I realized like I don't think I want to, go another year in school just to kind of see where it goes. Where I already understood that this was not for me. I just really love, fitness training, the health aspect of it, and then I decided to kind of take a year off to focus on myself. I told my parents I just wanted to take a year off to kind of, figure myself out. That's
Yeah.
kind of just an excuse for them to laugh on my back a little bit.
I feel it.
You know what I mean? So I told them I need to take some time off from school to figure myself out. And during that time, all I did was work out like 5, 6 times a week. And
Damn.
I was in the gym. I was working at Good Life at the time as well. So I was working at Good Life. I was training 5, 6 times a week. I was fascinated by, seeing my body change. Nutrition, getting better at it, understanding clean eating, healthy habits. I was disciplined. I already had a really strong mindset, but I feel like once I really got into the fitness aspect and training hard, it got stronger
Yeah.
because my body started feeling really good, right? And then down the line, I started meeting the right people that kind of introduced me to the bodybuilding world. Then I started tracking calories. I started competing, got into my first competition in 2014, and honestly, it just kind of catapulted, my future in a sense where it kind of gave me a big vision
Yeah.
of where fitness can really go for me. Because what happened was after I competed, I actually got sponsored. Well, I was an ambassador for a supplement company
Oh
called
shit.
Farmer Freak. Yeah. So I went to Toronto for Fitness Expo. And then, because again, this is just my world. I was just learning a lot about my world at that age.
Yeah.
I just, was around this like-minded individuals, people who love the same world that I was in. And it was kind of cool because I never knew that existed. Right. So I met the right people that kind of introduced me to, fitness expos. Then I saw there was a competition who can do the most amount of pull-ups. I decided to do the most amount of muscle-ups because I like to stand out a little bit.
Okay.
They noticed that. They love the energy. They love what I was about. I didn't really care to follow the crowd. I kind of just wanted to do my own thing. They loved that about me, and then they decided to keep in touch. Next thing you know, they went to offer me a contract to be an ambassador for them. And through that, I was able to actually go to the Olympia, which is the biggest stage of fitness, well, bodybuilding in the world. And then that's when my eyes really opened up. I'm like, wait a minute. So you're telling me all these people are making a big living of fitness, nutrition, whatever the case may be. And that really what resonated with me. I'm like, okay, if I decide to commit myself to this game full time, I can really do something with it for my life.
Yeah.
And that really changed the game for me. And then I'm like, all right, so this is possible. It was not just like where can fitness take me? It's like I can see it. I'm seeing other people who succeeded in it. And I kind of decided to kind of like mold my life.
Yeah.
Everything that I do was just fitness related. So that's kind of where my journey really started. And then after that, it was just like game over. I just every day just worked on my fitness health. Obviously, life happens where there's times where you fall off based on, relationships, you get comfortable, work, whatever the case may be. But it was always like deep rooted in me that this is your thing. And then, yeah.
Yeah. So that seems to be my problem. Like you went to you did football. I played soccer.
Yeah.
And my thing is when soccer, like I realize like soccer is not like it's Canada. I'm not gonna really go anywhere. But like I try to go to the gym, but like I go for periods. Like I try to get into the gym, but I can't really fully get in. I'll go for like a week or 3 weeks, and then I'll just stop and make excuses. So how do you stay consistent? Like what keeps you consistent going? And I've heard you say on your videos like don't make excuses, keep going,
Yeah.
consistent. But what gets you like motivated and consistent and stay
For
consistent
me,
with
it's
that?
the feel good feeling you have.
Yeah.
And I love the endorphin release you get from training. And interestingly enough, I've always known that because I remember back in university, whenever I'd have to go to the library with friends to kind of study for, an exam or whatever the case may be, I'd start tweaking. I'd start like, I just couldn't sit still. Like it's in me. I can't sit still.
Yeah.
It's, so I couldn't sit still 1-2 hours in the library. I'm like, I'm bored out of my mind. I'm like, I'm just going to go to the gym. Like, Kevin, you have to study for the exam. I'm like, yeah, but I can't focus and I'm tweaking. Right? So it's like, I know I need to get that endorphin release.
Yeah.
But as soon as I'm in the gym, I'm feeling the weights. I feel good. It's like a high.
Okay.
Right. So for me, it's like I identified that feeling very early, and that's a feeling that I always look forward to.
Yeah.
That's why I would say 90% of why I stick with training is that feeling, knowing that all right, I get that release, that endorphin release. It's a feel good drug for me, and that's what really helps me stay consistent. And then up until today, it's the same idea. For me, I'm like, I know how I'm gonna feel after a good workout. I know how my day is gonna be after a good workout. I know how my energy, my focus, my mood will be if I get a good workout. So for me, it's the foundation of everything that I do because of knowing how good it's gonna make me feel. So that's what allows me to be consistent. And I know also because of what I do full time, it allows me to be fully focused in helping other people. Because the saying is true. You can't pour if your cup's empty. Right? So I know by pouring to myself every single time I go to the gym, it allows me to pour into other people because I'm full. But if I don't feel good and I'm depleted and I'm not mentally present and I got to help other people, it's very hard because I'm disconnected.
Yeah. Okay.
Right? So that's kind of how it helps me to stay focused.
That's crazy. That's good. But what would you tell people that like what would your advice be to someone who doesn't get that kind of release but struggling with being consistent. I've seen you give advice. So has anyone ever asked you like how they can stay consistent or what could they do to be consistent? Has anyone ever asked you that question?
Yeah, absolutely. My biggest thing is I always say if you prioritize your health, being consistent is just gonna come naturally. Because a lot of times people they're looking for like if they're going to the gym for like a short term goal. For example, I'm trying to get ready for the beach or the kids maybe. Yeah, you're gonna be motivated for a little bit. But then
Yeah.
what happens is when you no longer have like a short term goal, you're gonna fall off.
Yeah. Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. But if you're prioritizing your health, you're going. I need to do this every single day in order for me to be healthy. That's one way to make sure fitness is a part of your world because now you know this is the foundation that's gonna allow everything else to just kind of flow, right? But what happens is a lot of reason why people don't get into that mindset or that consistency is this: one, they have not prioritized their health as much as they thought they have. Two is they probably have not seen how much better, how much clearer their life can be if they're in a state of wellness in their life. So for me, I know if I optimize my health, everything else comes easy. I'm calmer. I don't have anxiety. I don't stress out no more because I know how to handle myself. If I feel like my blood pressure is coming up or for whatever, if there's a stressful situation, I know right away I can identify it and I can remain calm. It's like you're more present within yourself. So that's one of the reasons why I stay consistent. But for someone who does not know how to stay consistent, I'm like, look, make sure fitness is the foundation of everything else you do. You notice how your life will be 10 times better.
Okay.
So nutrition, it has to be number one. And also, if your body feels good off because you're eating properly, being consistent is 10 times easier. A lot of times, if you're eating poorly, you have gut inflammation, you have brain fog, you're sluggish, this, that, the other. Being consistent is a lot harder. It's a lot harder than it would be if you were eating as healthy. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
for me, I always say focus on a proper nutritional plan, and then you'll notice that your body will thank you just for feeling good, and then adding training to your regimen will make everything a lot easier. And then you'll notice that being consistent is just like super easy because you don't have to think about it anymore. You wake up, your body's looking for that release.
Yeah.
Right? It's like if you don't train, your body's like, yo, what happened? Like, what's going on? Right? And that's how you become addicted to it because you just love feeling good. So my thing is eat right, train hard, and don't do it just for the aesthetic portion. Do it for the feel good feeling. And then once you identify what that feels like, it becomes easier to make better choices.
Yeah.
As far as nutrition, water, going to bed early, whether it's sauna, cold therapy, whatever the case may be, you start really prioritizing your health. And that's what really allows me to be consistent. And also helps having like a group of people
Yeah. Okay.
who are like-minded, who share the same vision, the same goals, who are as passionate with fitness as you are. Having a clique really helps because like whenever you feel like not you're falling off, but more so you're not on top of your game, you have people that can hold you accountable.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah, because for me personally, that I've tried going. Like I said, I went to the gym, and I'd never like when people started going to the gym. Like when it started picking up, when you just would see a lot of people go. I tried doing it, and I never got that release. Because I always had soccer training. Soccer training, you would put weight training in the training that we had. So I never had that urge to go to the gym until like right now
Right.
to have. And then I think I just went a few days ago, and I actually felt that release. I was like, oh shit, this actually feels good.
Right.
So I understand what you mean by that feel good because I didn't feel that till like recently, and me personally, I struggle with that nutrition, but I see you cooking and doing that nutrition. I'm just like, how does this man do that?
I've been doing it for years, so I actually started doing that when I was 18.
Okay.
Yeah, because what happened is when I realized how expensive this lifestyle was and the amount of protein I had to eat every single day, I couldn't put that burden on my parents. You know what I mean? With other kids to feed. I'm like, bro, eating like 4 chicken breasts per day, a couple egg whites. Oh yeah, bro.
4 chicken breasts.
Yeah, man. Like when I first got into it, bro, I was like, this is a new world. This is new to me, and this is what it takes to get to that level. I was about whatever, bro. I was like, about whatever I gotta do to get in the best shape of my life, I'll do it because I was just like a sponge. I'm learning about it, and I'm like, so that's why I knew I just couldn't have my parents buy a whole plate of chicken and I'm just eating one per day type. You know what I mean? So these are habits that I had from time.
Okay.
For at least 12 years, I've been eating properly. I've been making my own food, like groceries, doing my own thing. Everything is all me. So and then as you get older, it gets easier because like this is just how you live, right? So for me, it's just routine. So for me, nutrition is just 90% of everything. Personally speaking, my metabolism is great, but I also have the kind of genetics where if I don't maintain like a consistent eating regimen, I will put on fat very easily.
Really?
Yeah, that's why for me it's very vital that I, follow structured, nutritional plan, which I don't mind because I actually love it and I love feeling good. And again, like I've been doing it for 12 years. So because of that, meal planning, making my own meals, it's easy. I've been doing it for so long. I just got better at it because like I went through, having to put food in the oven, this, that, the other. Now it's like air fryer, boom, this, cook. I can meal prep for a whole day in like 20, 30 minutes easy. Because I have my go-tos. I've been doing this for a while. Like, people like, man, how do you meal prep every single day? I've been doing it for 12 years, bro.
12 years.
Yeah, I've been doing it for 12 years. So it gets easier.
I'm about to be like, how do you not struggle with coming up with new recipes? I feel like I get bored so quick. Maybe because I don't know that many recipes with the nutrition thing, but like when it comes to cooking, I think about new things to eat all the time. My brain goes to mush.
Yeah, I get that. A lot of people have the same struggle. Fortunately for me, I'm a creature of habit.
Yeah.
So it's fine. Like I'll eat the same things, but I'll mix a few things up. So,
Okay.
For example, I don't mind eating rice and chicken, but I like to spice it up a little bit. So instead of like regular rice, I'll put some salsa in it, some vegan cheese, proper seasoning, and then what I'll do is I'll chop up my chicken, throw that in there, mix it all up.
Yeah.
I call it Mexican rice. Right? So a plain meal is actually something I spice up just a little bit with its same structure.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So that's one thing. I'll do the same thing with sweet potatoes. I'll do like air fried sweet potato fries, and then I'll do ground beef with salsa, vegan cheese, bright seasoning, taco seasoning. Cook that all up, throw in sweet potato. That's one thing. And then I can cook the same idea. I can cook the same meal, but as opposed to cook ground beef, I can make burger patties with it. Right?
Okay,
So
yeah.
I make patties. I put a little bit of cheese on top. Put that again. My mind is being tricked from going from ground beef to burgers, just without the bun.
Yeah.
So, but it keeps me going. It doesn't matter. It just honestly, you just gotta figure out what works best for you.
Yeah.
For me, after doing it for so long, I found something that works for me. It's not the same for everyone, and I don't mind tracking calories either. So again, this is my world. And then if I want to eat off my plan, I will, and I won't even think twice about it. I know how to get back on track. I think that's where people struggle with the most is they don't have variety. And they don't know how to get back on track. So let's just say like they binge, they get off their plan, and just like they'll do it for a little bit, and then getting back into the proper nutritional plan is very tough.
Yeah.
For me, if I have like one bad day, it's not a problem. The next day, I know exactly what I gotta do to just get back on track. So fairly easy.
Okay. Yeah. I guess like because some people that they don't have the experience that you haven't, they haven't been doing this for a few years. For me personally, like if I'm trying to lose weight or I'm going to the gym, usually I probably have 3 meals a day. I might just eat 2 meals a day. That's when I don't really do that counting of calories and macros, and I don't really understand any of that. So
That's all good.
yeah,
You can actually lose weight or even put on muscle by eating 2 meals per day as long as you're hitting the right calories. So if you're eating like a meal number 1, it's a high protein meal. It could be something as simple as you have 2 scoops of protein powder. You got 60 grams of oats. All right, you can add some peanut butter in there. Cool. And you can either turn that to a shake or make a protein meal, which is oatmeal with protein.
Okay.
Right? You can do one or the other. And on the side of that, you can have like 2 whole eggs, some egg whites, and toast. You know what I mean? You can maximize your meal. So right now, you easily just had anywhere about like from 60 to 80 grams of protein, carbs, and fats. Right? That's meal number 1. And then you won't eat until meal number 2. It could be something as simple as you can have 2 chicken breasts. And you can have sweet potato fries on the side and with an avocado, right? There you go. So your protein are being met, carbs are being met, and fats are being met. So it's very simple, and you have one snack in between if you really want to up your fats. It could be, you can have an apple, some fruit with some healthy nuts. Possibly.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So that's how I would do it if I were to do 2 meals a day. But I'll make sure that I prioritize protein with those 2 meals.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good to know. I didn't know that, but
Yeah, just get the protein. If you focus on your protein with those meals, it'll be a lot easier to still see the results you want.
Yeah.
With eating 2 meals a day.
I'm gonna look into that. I'm gonna try and attempt to do that.
Hey man, you can do it, bro.
So, what is the ideal training frequency for optimal results?
Good question, actually. You can actually get great results 3 training sessions per week.
Okay.
They all work. So when it comes to training frequency, it comes down to being able to train a body part at least twice a week.
Okay.
Right. So you have different training splits. So one could be 3 full body days per week, and you're hitting your chest, back. This one actually pretty optimal. A lot of people don't even realize that. You know, a 3 day a week full body training split is actually very optimal to make gains.
Okay.
Yeah, because you're actually hitting body parts 3 times a week. Right. So, but you're only training 3 times. Most people think, oh, that's not enough. Well, if you're doing 3 full body workouts a week
Yeah.
and you're resting 4 times a week, is very optimal because you're resting 4 times a week, and rest and recovery is how you're actually going to grow. Training, all you're really doing is you're breaking down the tissue in order for it to repair and grow. Keep it simple, okay? Which is something a lot of people are unaware of. But if you really want to, not have to go to the gym as much and still see great results, 3 times a week is plenty, as long as you're doing full body splits.
Okay.
Now, the second one is a 4-day training split, which is an upper lower body split, where you have 1 day in between where you rest, and you have a second upper and lower body split. Now, how you break that down is completely up to you, in terms of exercises, sets, rest, this, that. That's completely up to you. And again, that's also an optimal way to get results.
Yeah.
5 times a week as well can work very well. You have a push-pull leg split, right? So you can be push-pull leg rest, and then you decide whether or not you want to do another push-pull, or you can do upper lower.
Okay.
Right? They all work. So it all comes down to figuring out, how often you want to train per week. If you're able to hit your, caloric intake,
Yeah.
if you can rest and recover enough. That's the thing. So if you're training 6 times a week, it's definitely doable for you to make some great gains, just as much as you can do that in 3 times a week. But it comes down to getting enough calories and getting enough rest.
Yeah.
Right. So there's a lot of things to consider. But I don't think a lot of people, take that into account. Like, if I want to make gains, I can train 3 times a week and it's optimal. But I just got to make sure each session are trained with intensity.
Okay.
Right. You got to go hard. You got to train, with intention, quality movements, and then you got to make sure you recover, get your water intake. Supplementation is optional, but recommended, especially if your goal is to grow. But specific supplementation such as creatine, protein, just to accommodate the protein intake, this, that. So I believe you can make significant gains from 3, 4, 5 to 6 sessions per week, depending on how you program your training sessions.
Okay. So how do you separate it? Like, because I've gone to the gym, I don't really know what I'm supposed to be doing. Usually I just do chest, but you're talking about like you split it. So if I'm doing chest, should I be doing legs the same day? How should I be mixing it up?
Yeah, no, that's another good question. To be honest, you can do that as well. You can do, for example, you can have a 2-day split. So not 2 day, a day split where you can be chest in the morning and you can do legs in the evening.
Okay.
You can do that if you want. If you want to do chest and legs on the same day, that's fine. But that's 2 big body parts, and you just gotta make sure you focus on the main movements.
Okay.
So what I will do is, for example, if I'm doing chest and legs on the same day, it could be something as simple as, okay, first 3 exercises will be barbell bench press, and then you have dumbbell incline chest press, and then we can finish up some accessory works like flies, and then we can start hitting the legs after. Let me rephrase that actually, because I would prefer you start with legs because it's a harder body part to train. So I would actually start with a barbell back squat, and then Bulgarian split squats at the second movement, and then I can move over from that to some RDLs, and then go into the bench press and do the incline press and chest flies. 6 exercises, but you're hitting your chest and your legs in all different angles. So that's how I would design it. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So if you want to do like a chest and leg in the same day, okay, find exercises and movements that will target those muscles properly. And I would minimize using machines and really free weighted movements, and that's how you're gonna get the best, bang for your buck.
Okay. Well, that's honestly, you're blowing my mind because I don't know none of this.
That's all good.
But like, how long do you stay in the gym for? When you go, like, how long is your training sessions last, and how long should an effective training should last?
Honestly, there's no specific amount of time for you
Yeah.
to have an effective workout. You can have a great workout within 45 to 60 minutes. and you can have a fantastic workout from 60 to 90, or even have a shitty workout that's over an hour. Can I cuss?
Yeah. Go
Okay,
ahead.
I wasn't sure.
Go ahead. This is free talk.
Cool. I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure. But it really comes down to the quality of your programming. It comes down to the effort, the intensity of your training session. You can have a fantastic workout that's gonna get you great results and within 45 to 60 minutes if it's structured correctly. And same thing with 60 and 90 minutes. Now, for me personally speaking, I love being in the gym. I have a lot of fun being in the gym. I love movement. I love weight training. So for me, I can easily be there from 60 and 90 minutes to 2 hours, depending on what I'm trying to do.
Jeez.
Right? But when it comes down to the 2 hour portion, nobody needs to be in the gym that long.
Yeah.
For me, just how I train could be, for example, the first exercise, barbell bench press. I'm feeling super good that day. Most people will do like 3, 4, 5 sets and they're done. Bro, the first 3 sets didn't count. It was too easy. Right? That's me. Right?
Oh,
exactly. It'd be like most people.
easy.
Most people like I'm counting those sets. I'm like I am not counting those sets, but I know me. I can push harder than that. Right? Again, I've reached a point where I know my body well enough, and I'm like, nah, I can push a little harder than that. I'm not gonna count those. Those are just warm ups. And then when I start to feel a little bit of struggle, okay, that's my first set. But I'm already 4 sets deep.
Yeah.
Right. So that first exercise, that's like easily 20 minutes. And then I get into the accessory work where I'm like, I'm crushing. I'm like, nah, I want to throw in 2 more sets. Again, it's the intensity. I'm like, nah, I'm feeling good right now. Let me max that at 120, this and that, right? So for me, it just comes down to I love being in the gym, so I can be in the gym for a minute. And if my workout's going super well, bro, I'm in there. And then you have days where your workout aren't going so smooth, bro. I'm just dragging my feet. I'm gonna get out of here real quick, bro. For 50, 60 minutes, I'm out. I'm done. I got movement. I know, like, I got my dues paid. It's not the best and most effective workout, but, you know, in terms of knowing what I can put out, but I'm happy I showed up. And I know I'm going to feel better for it. And tomorrow's a new day. Wake up and hopefully, you know, I'm well rested and I can actually make up for the session prior.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how I move.
When you're doing all those sets and you're like, oh, those 3 sets don't count. When you're finally done, your body's not tired. You don't want to sleep.
Oh, bro, my body's broken, bro. But the thing is, I enjoy beating my body up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I enjoy the lifting weights, and because again, it's for me. I've already identified back when I was in university how much I love, you know, the release that I get. So when my body is beating up and I'm walking to my car and I can feel my soul has left my body.
Yeah,
I'm like, that was a good workout. Yeah, I feel like I'm dead, but it's like I know, like I put everything out in the gym.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And I know, one, I'm gonna have a good meal. I'm gonna sleep like a baby. I'm gonna wake up and I'm going to feel good. That's kind of why, you know, it's not, I'm not gonna say it's not for everyone, but training to that level comes with, I guess, like, you know, years of experience and knowing and identifying your potential. For me, it's like, bro, I know when I'm putting in work. If I walk out the gym and I feel like I got gas in the tank, I'm like, I didn't leave it all out. You know what I mean? That's just me. You know what I mean? But there's days where I'm like, I'll leave the gym. I know I left it all out and I still feel good. I'm happy. You know what I mean? It depends on the day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It honestly depends on the day, because especially if I have a good morning workout, I don't want to kill myself too much. I have a long day ahead of me. Right? So if I'm super dead, I'm like, I always make sure there's like a 2-hour block where I can just chill for a bit. Just because I'm trying to gather my thoughts. Right?
Yeah.
So for me, like, training is like a huge part of my life in regards of how it makes me feel. So for me, I'm like, my workouts are like very vital in terms of the intensity that I put out.
Man, that's crazy, because man, after some workouts, you can't feel your legs. Like, you're just like, I can't move. But like playing sports or like being like, you played football, I played soccer.
Exactly,
like you're just like, man, the pain. That's a good pain, because it's like it means I put in work today.
Exactly. So you know, we finish a soccer game, or when I was playing football, you leave, you're dead. Like, your body is hurt from getting hit all day. And then you're drenched in sweat. You're grabbing your pads. You can't even think straight. You're just kind of crawling back to the whip.
Yeah,
I love that feeling. I love that feeling. You know, because as an athlete, and then you go home, you can even like take a shower right away. You gotta lay on the floor for a little bit. Look at the ceiling. You just try to gather your thoughts. You're moving slow. Like, no one talk to me right now.
Yeah.
And you slowly start to eat, and then after you eat, you feel like your blood sugar's back up. You feel like yourself again. That's like a not an everyday thing for me, but that's very, like, you know, common for me.
Low key, you have the best sleeps when that happens, though. When your body is drained, like,
bro.
But you just pass the hell out. It's the best.
You take a shower. You're just like, you know, get ready for bed. Just like, don't even think straight. Put your phone away.
Pass out.
Oh, bro. When I'm in that state, bro, it's like, yo, if you text me, bro, I ain't getting back to you until tomorrow morning.
Um,
Good, bro. Like, and I love it. I love it. Honestly, it's a big part of my life. So being able to, do this full time, training and taking care of other people is lit.
That's great.
I'm not
That's
gonna lie.
because not a lot of people can do that, and not a lot of people have a job where they love like you do.
Yeah.
So you're truly blessed for having that. But yeah. So what are some common mistakes to avoid while weight training?
All bad form, bro. Like biggest mistake is number one, leave your ego aside. That's the number one thing, first and foremost. And don't try to do a movement that you've never done before just because you see someone do it. And
Okay.
if you're not confident in doing a movement, either learn or ask. Because the last thing you want to do is hurt yourself because that's going to, shorten your career in lifting for a while, right?
Yeah.
So one common mistake is, doing things with improper form. Just because I saw it on YouTube or Instagram, I'm just going to go and do it. That's number one. Number two is doing workouts, not training work, not having a proper training plans, but doing a workout that you saw on Instagram that has no purpose. It's just movement,
Yeah.
right? But you're trying to make, you're trying to achieve a certain physique, a certain goal. But here you are. Oh, I saw this workout on Instagram. And then I look at this workout. I'm like, this is ineffective. It's just about burning calories and movement. Are you trying to grow? Okay, don't do this.
Yeah.
Right? So people, will go on social media, just assume this workout is effective, but it's really not. Right? And you really got to identify what your goals are, and you got to make sure you're following a plan that tailors to that. So just don't do anything you see on social media. So that's would be my second thing. Another common mistake would be, I said form, I would say execution and in the gym, right?
Yeah. In the gym or weight training.
Or weight
Yeah.
training.
Weight training.
I think that will honestly be the most common mistake is poor form. People are
Yeah.
just training with poor form, not knowing what they're doing, or following trendy workouts. That would be the biggest mistakes that I would see.
Is this something you learned on your own, or did you have like a mentor that kind of guided you and showed you like proper form? Did you have someone that for you?
Both actually. So
Yeah.
for me, it was one of those where when I first got into it, a lot of YouTube, and then through doing it by myself, I'm very hands on.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to always perfect the craft in terms of technique, execution, and I would be around the right people when I'm in the gym, and they'll kind of give me tips about how to get better at XYZ, right? So for me, I never really had like someone where it was just like I look for one, and just naturally speaking, I would always meet them at the gym.
Yeah.
And then a friend of mine who had a bit more knowledge in terms of weight training kind of put me on. And he was kind of my mentor at first in the sense where he just really put me on like strength training, technique, what happens when you train a specific way. And I've been following that we met in 2015. I've been following that for 15 years now.
Yeah.
Wait, 15 years. No, 2015, 9 years.
Not okay.
Yeah, so he's really the one. I didn't know anything about strength training. I really knew all I knew was hypertrophy and then explosive work as a football.
Okay.
Then he really, brought me in terms of put me game flag. But he gave me game on top in terms of strength training in terms of 3 to 5 minute rest. These are things I never knew before. So he put me on that. Then I'm like, okay, longer rest means have your sets. I'm like, I did not know that. And then because of that, that became the foundation of my training, heavy work. And then over time, I just started building strength. I started building size. And then I just kind of kept that going.
Yeah.
But naturally speaking, every other thing in terms of training, I just kind of picked on through just reading, constantly watching videos. And my brain just kind of saying, okay, I'm gonna try that next time.
Okay.
Like if you're doing XYZ, I would recommend XYZ, and this is a reliable source. Okay, let me try that next time.
Yeah.
And then we'll see the difference. So for me, it was a lot of like personal knowledge.
Okay. Yeah, I heard you say that you should take 3 to 5 minute rest. So what do you mean? Like when I finish one set, I'm supposed to rest for 3 minutes before I start the next set?
Yeah, depending on your goal. So depending on the movement. So
Okay.
if you're really trying to lift heavier after each set,
Okay.
and trying to grow. So for example, barbell bench press. If you really want to push weight, it would be like 3 to 4, 5 minute rest. If you're really trying to do like some heavy sets of 3 to 5 rep.
Okay.
If you really want to maximize, how heavy you can lift, you want to take your time with those lifts. You want to make some significant growth in terms of your muscles and strength. then yeah, you want to take about 3 to 5 minute rest in between sets.
Okay, that's if you're lifting higher. But if you're just taking the same weight, that those rules don't apply. Like,
Well, you can even do it with the same weight if those weights are challenging.
okay,
But the goal obviously is progressive overload, which is to be able to increase the weight over time. But if let's just say the first 3 sets are the same weight and you still resting 3 to 5 minutes, that's fine. And then the
Yeah.
last two you want to bring it up, that's fine.
okay,
Right now, that's in terms of if you want to make some significant change in terms of strength and size. But hypertrophy, you can still do that as well, but everything depends on what you're looking to accomplish. So for me, training day would look like first lift will be bench press, 3 to 5 minute rest. I'm doing 5 sets of 5 reps. And I'll take my time, 20 to 30 minutes on that. And then after that, I'll do an accessory movement like the incline chest press. I'll do 3 minute rest and I'll do sets of 6 to 8. Then after that, I'll taper down my rest to like 80 seconds, but I'm pushing from 10 to 12 reps on like other movements. So it take like the rest will get shorter as the rep starts to increase. That's kind of how I pair my workouts.
and that's been working. Like, do you see results from doing
Yeah,
it that way?
100%. Yeah, so it's a combination of strength and hypertrophy, which is definitely like the sweet spot. You don't want just in terms of building an aesthetic physique, a strong physique. You want to have a combination of both strength portion and hypertrophy portion.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, what are a few things you've learned on your fitness journey through trial and error?
Oh, bro, all nutritional plans, bro. I've tried it all, bro. I tried keto. I've tried plant based. Right now I'm currently doing the traditional nutritional plan, which is like carbs, fats, protein, clean eating. 80% of everything that I eat it's healthy.
Yeah.
20% is very flexible. So the biggest mistake with that I learned is like they all work. Some people like I want to try this, that. It's all about sustainability and adherence. Can you sustain this meal plan and can you modify it as you go and still be on track?
Yeah.
That's one thing that I learned. And I'm like, okay, well, you can do any nutritional plan. They all work. They all have their own benefits.
Okay.
You just got to figure out which one works best for you, right? So that's something that I had to learn. Patience, not comparing yourself to other people, genetics. Yeah, sometimes you go on social media, people are shredded, this, that.
Yeah.
And you're like, bro, why can't I look like that? Genetics are different and their diet's different in terms of like, how hard they train to achieve a certain body fat percentage. Well, calories obviously matter, but certain people can walk around looking a certain way year round than most people, and most people cannot.
Yeah.
That's genetics. You just can't do anything about that. And then for me, that's one thing I've always had to express to certain people in terms of like don't compare yourself with people's social media. Just look at what you have, take full advantage of it, and do the best you can.
I think that's the biggest thing is we compare ourselves to other people. Like we shouldn't. I think we shouldn't. But it just people are either in the gym and you're like, oh, I see that physique, I want to be like that. But I feel like you just need to lock in on yourself and just
100%.
focus on yourself and just try to work on your goals and just not get distracted with what's all around you. Like you said, don't focus on the social media type.
Oh, bro, it's very easy to get caught up on social media, man. It's like everyone's on it every single day. You know what I'm saying? I would say social media is a highlight reel.
Yeah.
If people are posting their highlights, no one's gonna. Well, I'm not saying no one. Some people will post, everything because a lot of people are very transparent. But for the most part, people only posting like their highlights, man. They're not showing like their bad angles. You know what I'm saying? They're not showing when they're off. I'm one of them. The hell?
Yeah.
I'm one of those people like, yeah, I post a lot of my highlights because I'm always about positive vibes and this, that, right? So that's just me. And even then, like, a lot of things don't need to be on social media.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm building a personal brand. So my goal is to really just, give as much value as possible. For me, it's not really a diary. You know what I mean? Some people want to put out, their personal stuff. That's cool. That's you. I mean, if it flows with you and you're happy with being able to connect with other people by sharing everything about you, that's cool. That's just not my flavor. You know what I mean? Like, I'm more like, I'm the kind of person where I will give like, things about fitness, mental health, personal development. That's just kind of my flavor. And I try to push out as much as possible. But when I'm going through my personal stuff, I just, take it by myself.
Yeah, anybody try. I'm not one of those to put the personal stuff.
Nah, bro.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna deal with it, bro. Like, because I know how to deal with my own personal stuff. It's like,
yeah, I don't know how some people do that. I wonder how they be putting that out there like that. But people are different. But
people are different, man. I say it's to each their own. Like,
yeah, exactly.
I just personally, for me, I'm like, if I'm going through whatever, I reach out to my people. I got my circle. If it's something, whatever's going on, like, these are the people that was there when social media didn't exist, right? And when you're going through it, these are people that's with you when you're going through relationships, whatever, they know what's going on.
Yeah.
Social media, they do not. And I will say this: the same people that are with you, they're the one that they'll talk shit to your face,
Yeah.
and cheer you on behind your back.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Or even they'll talk shit behind your back, and then when you see them, whatever they say behind your back, they'll say to your face.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, those are your day ones.
These are day ones. Like,
yeah.
I'm like, my boy's cheesing me, fam. Like, you talk shit behind the back to see you, bro. You're cheesing me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
for me, I tell these are the people that I would want to say things to. So for me, I feel like these are people that know me, because if they'll check me.
Yeah.
People on social media aren't gonna check me.
Yeah. They're just gonna sugarcoat it or just not even tell you the truth. Just tell you what you want to hear or whatever.
Exactly. Like, that's how, for me personally speaking, like, I get it. Some people feel like they can build a community on social media. For me, like, nah. For me, the people that are gonna check me, the ones that been around. So
Yeah.
if I'm going through whatever, I'm gonna holler at the people that been around. I mean, they're gonna tell me things that I need to hear. Like, bro, you have to be soft right now, bro.
Yeah.
Like, what's wrong with you, bro? Like, and then I'm like, damn. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, I don't want to hear everything's gonna be all fine. Nah, bro, I don't want to hear that.
Yeah.
If I'm on some, if I'm doing something soft, bro,
Yeah.
let me know, bro. You know what I mean? And I know my friend will look at me sideways, like, what are you doing? If you do something you're not supposed to.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, people who don't know you, who are gonna, say the things you want to hear, is gonna make you feel good. You're gonna get that high, like, oh, everything's gonna be fine. Like, see, people are streaming to get me, but they don't know you like we know you.
Yeah.
They're just saying things just to make you feel better, but they don't know you. Like, bro, I'm gonna talk shit to your face and be the first one to be there when you're going through shit. These people ain't gonna be there if you're going through shit. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
So for me, that's where my disconnect comes from a little bit, when I see, people want to post their personal stuff on social media. Again, it's not my flavor, but if it's something that you feel like you find comfort in, you'll go crazy. It's just like, I just don't align with that, personally speaking. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Honestly, I agree with you 100% because I'm just like my circle. Like, I've known them for 10 plus years, so they know, like, they can tell me the good stuff and they can critique me, and I'm
Exactly.
like, I just don't, like, I listen to them more because they know me, like you said.
Exactly.
Right. I'm not gonna listen to someone that tries to be around the bush and just keep it simple, or just tell me shit I want to hear, because
Absolutely.
what is that really gonna do? That kind of keeps you like stagnant. You don't want to improve yourself if someone's not checking you.
Exactly.
Right.
So that's definitely one thing. But I will say there is some value, I suppose, in terms of posting certain things on social media in order to gain a different perspective, or, connect with different people who are going through something similar and build a community. But again, it's like, in terms of, if I'm going through something, I'm not going to put my personal stuff like that on social media. I'm going to handle it on my ones, or I'm going to holler out the people closest to me.
Yeah.
And not feel like I gotta talk about it on social media. But that being said, if I go through something that I feel like a lot of people are going through, and I overcame it, then I'll share a little bit about, like, okay, so if you're going through this, I just want to share that I've been there. That way I can help anyone. Like, all right, if you're going through, just know it's gonna be fine. Like, this is how I handled my situation. But when I was going through there, I just made sure that I had a good support group.
Yeah.
I was not looking for support group on social media personally, but I just knew I had a good foundation of friends around me. Now, not everyone has that, so I can understand, like, how some people might feel they want to find their tribe or the community on social media. So fortunately for me, I have these people around me, so I can just hit them up if necessary. But if I were to talk about my personal stuff, it will be to help other people once I've gone through it. Yeah. I'm not gonna be out here crying on social media. I'll be out here kind of like sharing my testimony and how this can help someone who's going through the same situation get out of it.
In the fitness world, like, you use your your experiences to just guide them and just give them reassurance on what they're doing.
Yeah.
So we were talking about the programs through trial and error. Which one worked best for you out of all the ones you've done? Which one did you see the most? Which one worked best for you? I guess which one you saw the best results from doing?
In regards to training split, because I feel like that's kind of what you're trying to say. Training split, I would say push, pull, leg.
Oh no, not that, because you said you did the keto. You did the
nutritional plan.
Yeah, which you said you did a whole bunch of those.
Okay, let's talk about keto. Keto was great. I just can sustain it.
Yeah.
In terms of keto had its benefits. I felt light when I was in keto. I'm not gonna lie to you. I didn't have that constant spike of insulin, which is the blood sugar.
Yeah.
So my sleep was good. My energy was consistent because I was eating high fats and no carbs.
Yeah.
It was nice. It was smooth. Because when you eat carbs, it's always a spike of blood sugar that gets your energy up and this and that, and then towards when your blood sugar drops, your energy dips. With keto, because you're functioning off ketones, which is fat for energy, you don't have that constant spike. So and your body is more likely to be able to produce that naturally, and your body can't produce energy come from carbohydrates naturally,
Okay.
right? So for me, I found that keto was good, but it just I couldn't sustain it long term. So the benefit from keto was the constant energy, and I was always sharp. I didn't have any brain fog. So that was keto. Plant based, I did feel lighter. I slept really good. Again, I just couldn't sustain it because of the amount of preparation it took, and it was very time consuming in terms of the preparation.
Yeah.
So, but it was great in terms of inflammation went down, sleep was great. Workouts were really nice. I felt like I had actually a very quality pump. So yeah, I had a very solid pump through plant based. It just I couldn't sustain it. So that's my personal experience with that. And then I did pescatarian for a little bit, no meat for a little bit, but I did not last long, bro.
Bro, you're Haitian. You can't believe me.
Exactly. I wanted to try because my roommate were trying at some point.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yo, let me try this out. Bro, I'm gonna do it. Let me try this for a little bit, bro. I did a month. I'm like, I can't do this. That's one I'm like, I couldn't commit to a long term. Plant based I did for about like 4 months. Plant based 4 months. Keto I did it for about I think 8 months.
Yeah.
Which was actually pretty cool. Cut out carbs. I was eating a lot of like high fats, healthy fats, which is really nice.
Yeah.
And just when you're going out to eat, you're just always eating the same thing. I kind of went from variety, but that was and then sometimes you might eat something that has like carbs in it, but you didn't know. In that case, you out of ketosis for a little bit. And right now I'm doing a traditional nutritional plan, which is like very flexible, 80-20.
Yeah.
I'm eating carbs, I'm eating fats, I'm eating protein from different sources, and it's more sustainable long term. So
Okay.
that's my favorite one. So in terms of results, they can all give you the same. No, not the same. They can all give you quality results. It's just like different benefits. Like I said, with the keto, I had experience. Quality, energy, sustainable, plant based, same thing. It just I couldn't sustain them.
Yeah.
But in terms of like performance, I'll definitely say the one I'm on right now, which is high carbs, because I'm also trained like an athlete right now. I do a lot of explosive work, a lot of high intensity work, and that requires some carbohydrates.
Yeah.
And this is the one I'm seeing the most results in terms of my training capacity and the intensity of my workouts.
Okay.
So that's what I want to maintain for pretty much the rest of my life at this point, because I can sustain it long term. I don't have to think about it when I go out to eat. I'm eating like everyone else. It's just I'm making quality choices as far as fats, carbs, and protein. But definitely, I would say the traditional bro diet, if you want to call it that.
Okay. For me, for someone that wants to be like lose weight or tone up, is there a certain one I should do or
It's all about which one can you sustain long term.
okay.
Yeah, like if you want to lose weight and to get tighter, I would say, look, find out nutritional plan that you enjoy, one that feels good, one that you can sustain long term. It's all about sustainability, right?
Okay.
I won't say there's one that's better than the other in terms of fitness goals, but I will say they all have again their own benefits. But if your goal is to get fit and healthy, just follow the traditional 80-20 nutritional plan, quality carbs, quality fats, and something you can sustain long term.
Okay.
That's pretty much it.
Okay, that's cool, bro. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
Are there any specific supplements recommended for gym training? And do you have any favorites?
As of right now, creatine is one that, if you want to improve your training performance, definitely should have in your stack about 5 grams per day. That's number one. Second one would be protein powder is a supplement I would recommend having in order for you to meet your protein intake. Help with recovery as well, because a lot of protein now also have amino acids, which is great for recovery.
Yeah.
Other than that, honestly, these would be my top two, highly recommended. And then there'll be my, optional but recommended stacks. Would be you can have greens, you can have your electrolytes or essential amino acids, EAAs. Pre-workout is also optional. But if you have, and L-glutamine is actually one of those. Let me add that to the highly recommended list. L-glutamine is good for the gut line in your digestive system. Those would be my top three. Top three highly recommended would be L-glutamine, creatine, and protein.
Okay.
Other than that, everything else is honestly optional. You can do great damage with those three and help improve your digestive system as well. But everything else from pre-workout, you don't need it. You can just do coffee or espresso shot. or energy drink if you really want to do
Yeah.
a caffeine boost. Greens, you can eat your greens, but if you're unable to, meet your veg requirement, you can supplement that by making sure you get some green powder in your nutritional plan, but also eating some sort of, vegetable throughout the day. But that's pretty much it, man. Like, it's not
Yeah.
complicated. You can do a lot of work with just 3 supplements.
And you take those 3 supplements every day. Those three.
Well, these are 3 that I would suggest anyone
Yeah.
have in their stack, but for me, I have a bit more. Right now I'm on L-carnitine, which is a fat metabolizer. I'm on L-glutamine. I mentioned that earlier. I'm taking creatine. I'm taking a testosterone booster from a company called Athletic Alliance. It was presented to me, so I'm trying it out for 30 days. But prior to that, I was not taking it. And then I'm also taking my greens, and that's pretty much it. And protein.
That's a lot of stuff you take.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. But again, one of them, the TRT, the testosterone. Is it TRT or is it MRT? That's it. No, it's not TRT, but it's a pill. I forgot the name, but I know it's from Athletic Alliance, which is the name of the company. That one, prior to me getting that, I was literally just taking L-carnitine and glutamine, greens, and protein. That's pretty much it. It's probably about 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. And they all have they all have their own benefits. And they complement each other really. That's pretty much it. Other than that, bro, you can make some significant, changes in the gym if you just follow a proper nutritional plan.
Holy shit.
Yeah, bro.
But if you're starting, if someone is, Jesus, I'm doing that in the mouth thing. For someone starting off, do they need to have that much, or is there, like you just said, you need creatine?
Your basic stack, if you're a startup,
Yeah, if you're a startup, yeah.
I say protein.
Protein.
Okay. I would say creatine and L-glutamine.
Okay.
That's it. If you're just starting off,
Okay.
right? Just start with those 3. You should be good to go. Protein, making sure you're hitting your protein. That's a staple. Quick shake, this and that. You don't even need it as much, but you can eat your protein with just food. But if you're new and you don't even know how to hit your protein yet, and just having 2 scoops per day is already gonna steer you in the right direction. And then creatine will help you with your training performance and recovery. And then L-glutamine will help with recovery and as well improving your gut health. So those are 3 things that I would definitely recommend any person starting into fitness to start taking.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to look into that. For me, I just only got protein. I thought that's all I needed for when I started getting into it. Someone just told me you just need to take the protein scoops. I never even heard of this creatine or so. Yeah, it's eye opener for sure. The way you just described. How much protein do you need in your diet?
The recommended number is 1 gram per pound of lean body weight. So I know a lot of people do 1 gram per pound of body weight, but again, if you're someone who's 300 pounds and you're not really lean, you're actually eating way more protein than you really need.
Yeah.
But this is, say, the rule of thumb, just to start you off, to keep it simple. We can say just start you off at 1 gram per pound per lean pound of body weight. Now, if you're on a heavier side, I probably would say, okay, try 0.8 pounds per body weight.
Okay.
If you're in the heavier side. But if you're already relatively lean, 1 gram per pound of body weight is perfect. So if you're 220 pounds, 220 pounds of protein is great.
Yeah.
And that you can sustain that. Now, if you're not like an aggressive, cut, probably bring it up to 1.2. So the best way to do the math is if you're 220 pounds and you're trying to cut body fat, right, and you're shredding, and you want to maintain as much muscle mass as possible, you want to bring your protein up to 1 to 1.2, just to make sure there's enough amino acids and protein to retain the muscle as you're in a fat loss. Okay?
Yeah.
1 is great, but I'm the kind of person where I'll go 1.2 just because I train hard as hell and I built a very strong base. I want to keep as much muscle as possible. But the rule of thumb for anyone who's new, 1 gram per pound of lean body weight. So if you're 200 pounds, drink 20 grams of protein per day. If you're 190, drink 190 grams of protein per day. Right? Now, if you're on the heavier side, you can do 0.8 times your body weight. If you're trying to cut fat. Now, if you're trying to grow, you're eating enough carbohydrates, you don't need 1 gram. You can get away with 0.8. It's a lot of math, but once you do it often, it becomes second nature.
Okay, so what you said was if you're trying to lose fat, it's for 220 pounds, you have
220 grams of protein per day.
Protein.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Rule of thumb.
Okay. I know that, but that's good to know for when I do go by the protein. This might be controversial, but what do you think about BMI? For people that don't know, that means body mass index and its accuracy.
We need to change that, bro. We need to change that. It's that scale is irrelevant now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've had the conversation not long ago that BMI index is not relevant to someone's height, size. Things have changed since then. I don't know who came up with that back then, but it's so irrelevant because you're looking at, for example, you can have two guys who are 6 foot. They weigh the same, but they look completely different.
Yeah.
So, but then you're gonna say if you're 6 foot and you weigh X amount, you're overweight. This guy is 6 foot, 20 pounds lean. What are we talking about?
Yeah.
Right?
I think you said before it all depends on your genetics.
Exactly.
Because even sometimes me, if I don't eat a certain way, if I eat a certain way, I can lose pounds like this,
Right.
or I can gain pounds like this, depending on what I'm doing.
Correct.
But you said it before, it depends on your genetics.
Correct. But the body mass index, I believe it refers in terms of like if your specific height, size, it will say whether you're obese or not,
Yeah.
right? So again, I don't believe in that because people have different genetics, different foundation, and that does not reflect how they look.
Yeah. So I've been on that machine. It's like a weird machine you stand on.
Yeah.
And it just kind of like scale. Like I did it. I don't know how accurate it was. I don't know if it's right or not, but
It says whether you're obese or you're in shape.
yeah,
Right?
it told me like I'm this amount of body fat, this amount of muscle. I don't know.
Are you talking about the DEXA scan or the body mass index? I know that the scan, what it does is it gives a summary of how much you weight, how much water weight you have,
Maybe I mixed it up. Okay.
muscle you have.
That's
body
what I
fat.
did.
Okay,
Okay,
so
sorry.
if you did a scan, it's like I believe was it at Movati you did that one?
No, it was called Suyon Lifts.
Okay, yeah. So
Yeah.
it's a scan. It's not like DEXA scan because I did one, but it scans you to kind of figure out how much body fat you have, bone density, water retention, muscle mass, the whole nine. So I'm very familiar with that. Now, I'm a fan of it because it gives you an idea where you're at as far as body composition.
Yeah.
But I do believe the BMI index, what it does is it reflects in terms of whatever your numbers are, it'll push you in a specific category.
Okay.
So if it says you're 6 foot and you weigh X amount, will say that you're an obese person. You know you're not.
Oh, okay, that's what it puts you in. Okay.
It puts you in a category. I'm like, no, I don't believe just because someone weighs and the height is XYZ means that they're going to be put in a specific category. That's not how it works.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Not good.
Maybe we talked about this, but is there a certain amount of exercises you should do to a specific muscle group?
On a single training session?
Yeah, so if I'm doing chest, should I be doing a certain amount? Or like if I'm doing legs, there's a certain amount of exercise I should be doing? Or
That's a good question. Usually about 6 should be sufficient. Now, it really comes down to how efficient you're training. Some people might do like 8 and it's very efficient and it's programmed properly. Right? So give me the example. If I'm doing just a chest workout, I will start with barbell bench press. It's a compound lift, it's multi-jointed, and I'm going to get the most amount out of that lift
Yeah.
as my first exercise. And then I'll target my upper chest with some dumbbell incline, right? So that'll be my second movement. And then you can have chest flies. So that's 3. You can have like a machine chest press with time and tension. That's 4. But you already did bench press, but now you're doing a machine chest press with time and tension. So you're putting a bit more resistance through a machine. Again, it all comes down to how you want to pair it. You don't need to do too much. It all comes down to targeting a muscle group, the right angle for it to grow properly,
Okay.
right? And for it to have like a full and developed look. You can literally do 8 workouts for your chest in a single session, but they all target your chest or your arms in different angles.
Okay.
Right, so it's kind of like I'm not gonna do barbell bench press and do dumbbell bench press on the same day. It's kind of productive, personally speaking, because you have a flat bench barbell and you have a flat bench dumbbell. Well, do the flat bench barbell and do an incline dumbbell. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm not about to do barbell bench press, dumbbell incline, dumbbell flat. It's just kind of
Yeah.
not on the same day. I would pair it on a different day. The next day I come in on a chest day, I'll do barbell incline, dumbbell flat.
Okay.
So you can definitely do 6 to 8 exercises, but I wouldn't repeat the same movement from a different equipment.
Oh, okay. So basically, what you're saying is make sure to hit it from different angles.
Exactly. If you want to have a full developed,
Yeah.
chest or legs or a back, you want to target your body in that body part, different angles to really bring out as much muscle fibers as possible and bring out the aesthetics. If your goal is to build an aesthetic look.
Okay.
Okay, so that's what. So it's like you can do 6 to 8, but you got to make sure that you're not doing a movement as repetitive.
Okay.
Right. So I'm not about to do standing barbell shoulder press and do standing dumbbell shoulder press. I did a barbell shoulder press standing. What I need to do standing dumbbell is the same thing. It's one's compound, one's free weight.
Yeah.
One's compound, and one's you're isolating with a dumbbell. It's you don't have to do it on the same day.
Okay. Right? That's a big help because even when I go to the job, I wasn't sure if I should be doing a lot for one group or because usually when I go I just do like 4 for if I'm doing I just do 4 and then I'm out. I'm usually there
You're
for
good.
an hour.
Exactly. You can do 4 if you're hitting it hard. You can.
Yeah.
Again, like you can get away with doing a certain amount, but 4 is fine. You can easily go and do heavy barbell flat, heavy dumbbell incline, some quality chest flies, and you can do some quality chest. No, so the chest flies and chest press.
Okay.
So you can do seated chest press, hammer strength. You can hit that hard, and you can do heavy barbell. You can do heavy dumbbell. That's pretty much it.
All right, that's tough.
If you want to, you can also do decline. I'm not a decline chest kind of guy.
Yeah.
But as long as you're hitting your chest from all different angles and you're hitting it hard, you should be fine.
Okay. I needed to know that. Good. So, before we end off, we're gonna play a little game, quick game. I need you to clear your mind because it's gonna be like a rapid fire.
Okay.
Maybe you've seen it. It's called This or That. So
Okay.
I'm gonna
never.
So I'm gonna name two options, and then you tell me which one you prefer, which one you do, basically.
Okay.
So we're gonna start off morning workout or night workout.
Morning.
Pre-workout or no pre-workout.
Pre-workout.
Upper body or lower body.
Upper body.
Workout with friends or workout solo.
Solo.
Stairs or treadmill.
Stairs.
Grunting or no grunting.
Grunting.
Machines or free weight.
Free weights all day.
Hot dog or chicken skewers.
Chicken skewers.
Frappuccino or cold brew coffee.
Cold brew coffee.
Pancakes with syrup or oatmeal with berries.
Pancake with syrups.
Chicken nuggets or grilled chicken tenders.
Grilled chicken tenders.
White bread or whole grain.
Whole grain.
Caramel popcorn or dried fruit mix.
Caramel popcorn.
White pasta or whole wheat pasta.
Whole wheat.
Nachos or Greek salad.
Nachos, bro. I love Greek salad, but nachos. Nachos, I'll give me that.
Tater tots or sweet potato wedges.
Ooh, tater tots.
Yeah, tater tots are blessed.
Yo, back in high school, bro, I used to eat tater tots religiously.
Avocado toast or McMuffin breakfast.
Avocado toast, though. They're lit.
Smoothie or milkshake.
Smoothie.
Frozen yogurt or McDonald's McFlurry.
McDonald's McFlurry. I haven't had that in a minute, but like if I have to choose, yeah, McDonald's McFlurry.
And the last one, your favorite gym shoe.
Gym shoe. Dang, Nike Mancons are my go-to right now.
Yeah. Okay. I don't even know what that one looks like, but I'm gonna have to look that one up.
Yeah, they're training shoes. Like yeah, these are my favorite ones right now.
Yeah,
they're functional.
Okay.
And that's why I like them. That's
perfect. I remember back in the day I saw you do I think a training competition. Was it Algonquin? Was it Algonquin?
Yeah, I used to bodybuild back in Algonquin. Yeah, that was like in 2000. My last show was in 2017, I think.
Oh, really? Are you done with that? Or
yeah, it doesn't serve me anymore.
Yeah.
It no longer aligns with my purpose. As I got older, I started to identify, what I want, what makes sense to me, and what I'm supposed to do. And competing on stage and having judges kind of like, decide whether or not you have the criteria to have a great physique. Is this something that aligns with me anymore?
Yeah.
It's not my game. I appreciate the art, the work ethic, what's required in order for you to get to that level. It's just for me, it's just like it doesn't fill me.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I don't get satisfied, spiritually knowing that like it doesn't serve me any purpose to keep it short. So I'm pretty much, I would say right now I'm pretty much done unless I have like the itch or the desire to prep for it.
Yeah.
Because even the prep alone is very it's very selfish. It can get very mentally exhausting. And I'm in a point in my life where I'm truly enjoying doing what I'm supposed to do. And I know what would happen is the people around me will feel it.
Yeah.
And I won't be able to do what I want to do at full capacity. And I don't want to be in that space.
Okay.
So I know it requires getting ready for competition, and I don't want to be there right now.
Yeah, because Yeah, I've seen video, so it looks tough and like crazy to go
Oh, bro,
through.
it's
So
tough. It's tough. It's a lot on the body and the mind.
yeah,
My God, it's I give credit people who do it constantly.
mm-hmm.
For me, it's just like it no longer aligns with me, so I don't even care to do it anymore. As of right now, that's what I'm
Yeah,
saying. But who knows in the future if one day I'm like, I'm in a good space. I'm
mm-hmm.
happy. I want to give myself a new challenge, see what that happens. But as of right now, like, I feel pretty
Yeah.
complete.
Do you get anything if you win it or you come first? Like, do you
Um,
know too much about?
Traditionally speaking, you'll get awarded as winning your category or your region.
Yeah.
And then if you really want to take it to the next level, you can become a pro if you compete at the highest stage. But again, I don't have the desire to become a
Do
pro
that, yeah.
bodybuilder. So for me, again, it doesn't have any purpose for me.
Mm-hmm.
But if those who do care about it, yeah, you can become a pro. You can get sponsors, traveling recognition, and that's something that a lot of people care about in that world. For me, I'm no longer connected with it, so
Yeah.
for me, it doesn't serve me. But you can do really big things and build a name for yourself. If you really want to take that very seriously, for sure.
Okay. I've seen you give those motivational speeches on how to improve yourself.
Yeah.
Are you still doing what else are you doing? Are you doing that? Are you still teaching your classes? 'Cause I remember you used to do the outdoor classes with people. Are you still doing those classes or
So I'm no longer doing boot camps, and that's
Yeah.
something I was doing in 2020.
that was around COVID time, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
COVID happened, so that was kind of how I kind of started off in
Yeah.
terms of helping people. But it's no longer something that I care to do anymore. It's just kind of really what got me to kind of network and meet different people that wanted me to help them.
Yeah.
But now I'm more in a personal development game.
Okay.
But the foundation of that is fitness, right? So
Yeah.
for me, I teach people how to optimize their life through health and wellness. That's what I do. So from taking care of your body through nutrition to daily habits, setting a good foundation, and then from that level of discipline, we can work on other areas in life that needs work from your mental health, your emotional and spiritual health as well. So they all kind of fall into one. And so I'm more so in the health and wellness, but personal development realm at this point in my life.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool. I'm happy
Yeah.
for you, bro.
Thank you.
Before we end off, I want to thank you for coming. I want to thank you
for having
for
me.
expanding my knowledge on this and probably expanding a lot of people's knowledge and giving them tips and letting them know Wagwan.
No doubt.
Do you have any last words that you want to say or?
I think we pretty much wrapped a lot up and covered a lot.
Yeah.
One thing I do want to say is, if you want to succeed in this game in terms of, health and wellness, don't compare yourself with other people. And not just in fitness, just in life. Like, one person's chapter B, one person's chapter 20 is your chapter 2.
Yeah.
Right? But a lot of people don't even take the time to realize that this person's there in life. You don't even know what that person went through. So I would say, like, if you want to win in life, just, lay your bricks day by day, focus on you, and think about who you want to become in the next 10 to 20 years, and just focus on that.
Yeah.
Don't focus on where someone else is at in life, and you think about you want to have their life. No, focus on what you want, and then just go to work, man.
Honestly, that's pure facts. You just gotta focus on yourself, stay locked in.
That's it, and just do you, bro.
Yeah.
Like for me, it's like I since I was a kid, I already knew what I was interested in. What I was interested in. As I got older, I just kind of got stronger, and then just always focused on me. I never cared about what X Y Z was doing, but I will say, as you get older, social media will becoming like the main focal of our lives. You do compare yourself here and there, but like I'm very quick to be like, bro, not that serious, and then get back on track. That you know what I mean. So, but I would say just focus on you, man. Stay tunnel vision.
Yeah. Because you've been in the game for so long, I guess you've realized that not to pay attention to the outside noise.
Bro, big time.
Yeah, I think people when they start getting to the gym, they want that physique, and they're too focused on the social media. I think maybe that's the reason why. But that's good advice that you're giving them to keep that outside noise out and probably just lock in and tunnel vision. And the only people that should be giving you advice or checking you should be the close friends around you.
I believe so. And also, I would say focus on your long game, not focus on short term.
Yeah.
Like, especially with fitness, you got to think of it from a longevity standpoint and think about 10, 20 years, not just the next year or 2 years. Think about, okay, I want to be healthy for the rest of my life and just work towards that. And I know people love immediate compensation, immediate results from work they're putting in now. Bro, nah, bro. Think about a long game. If I do this now, where would I be in 5, 10 years? You know what I mean? Where do I want to see myself in 5, 10 years? Just keep building from that. And over time, things just kind of work out.
All right. Honestly. That's some good advice. That's some good advice, and
No
that's
doubt, bro.
something I'm gonna have to work on myself because I kind of think of like when it comes to weight training, I'm always just like, how quick am I gonna see results?
Right.
And I need to just take in the process, just let time take over, like, just let time it'll come in time. But like I said, thank you, Kevin, for
doubt,
coming.
bro. Thank you for having me, bro.
Hopefully to have you
Pleasure.
hopefully to have you back on here again.
Holla at me, bro.
It'll be fun to have you and some of the boys. I know you, Malcolm, and
that'd be fire.
Kevin. I see Kevin a lot, so it'll be fun to have you guys.
Mercy?
We just got married. He just got married, right?
Jean. Wait, no, Kenny.
Kenny.
Yeah, you said
What am I
Kevin.
saying? What am I saying? Kevin. Kenny.
Yeah, Kenny.
Kenny just got married. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it'd be fun to have you guys on here and just like chop it up real quick.
No doubt, bro. It's fun.
But
As a proper setup, I'd definitely love to come back still.
thank you, fam. So this is TeeJay Talks, Fitness and Wellness with Kevin Bois. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Yes, sir.